This the ghetto. This how you do it. You don't need all that fancy stuff.
Hello, and welcome back to Follow. It's November 9th, 2024, and we are headed to Long Canyon Road near Moab, Utah. We have taken Utah State Highway 313 to here and are making this left-hand turn towards Dead Horse Point State Park, roughly 25 miles from Moab. In 1.6 miles, we turn left again here onto Long Canyon Road, also known as Road 135. We stop briefly to air down our tires, not because we're going to encounter anything difficult today, but simply to smooth out the ride. We generally run about 15 psi. Fidel and his brother Elias have joined today in their green Jeep Gladiator, and Logan and I are in our red Jeep Gladiator. The road up here on the mesa is a smooth, well-maintained gravel road and remains that way until you begin your descent down into the canyon. You will immediately begin to see the Behind the Rocks formations and the LaSalle Mountains off in the distance. Reason number one why you must drive Long Canyon Road while visiting Moab. It is not too difficult and can be navigated in basically any high-clearance four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive vehicle and any level of experience.
This is freaking cool.
This initial steep, narrow section at the top has been given the pseudonym Pucker Pass. Originally called Shipman's Cutoff, this route was the only access to the potash mine prior to the construction of Highway 279 along the Colorado River. Drivers hauling equipment and supplies down the canyon are said to have always puckered along this portion of the route. Other drivers would look over the edge and refuse to continue, dropping their trailers at the top, mandating someone else take their load the rest of the way. On November 29, 1995, this huge rock fell as part of a massive landslide blocking the road completely. The slide was so extensive, keeping the road permanently closed was actually considered. However, knowing this was the only access to the potash mine if Highway 279 was inaccessible, it was determined to tunnel underneath the slide and massive boulder in an effort to mitigate costs and prevent additional slides from occurring. Reason number two why you must drive the Long Canyon Road while visiting Moab, Utah. Drivers get to navigate under and through this iconic rock formation and landmark. These incredible views out our windshield are the main reason why it is recommended to travel this road from west to east. In other words, from top to bottom. Today, we are running it in both directions, but I will explain why in more detail later. Reason number 3 why you must drive the Long Canyon Road while visiting Moab, Utah. The scenery and landscapes are absolutely out of this world amazing. Where we aired down was 6,117 feet above sea level. In the 7.5 miles to the bottom, we will descend 2,152 feet to an elevation of 3,965 feet. Reason number 4 why you must drive the Long Canyon Road while visiting Moab, Utah. This rapid change in elevation allows the various layers of rock and dirt formations to be viewed without having to navigate the terrifying shelf road of the Shaffer Trail or an extreme off-road trail like Pritchett Canyon. As you approach the end of the road, you will want to watch for Jug Handle Arch. We have arrived here, where the bottom of Long Canyon Road intersects Highway 279. Before turning around, we took a moment to stretch our legs and learn about the desert bighorn sheep habitat this area provides. Back underway, our plan was to quickly get back on top and have lunch, which won't take long as it's not very far. Reason number 5 why you must drive the Long Canyon Road while visiting Moab, Utah. At just 7.5 miles in length one way, 15 miles round trip, this is a relatively minimal distance and can be completed in just a few short hours if so desired. We have chosen today to run this road as an out and back, as there is another more challenging trail just above the rim of the canyon we would like to check out. It is important to mention, although we are highly encouraging exploration of this road, it should never be attempted during inclement weather. Heavy rains can cause flash floods, making crossings like this extremely dangerous and even impassable. Wet or snowy conditions would turn this dry road today into unruly driving conditions. I have addressed in previous videos the reason we film in both directions when traveling back over the same path. Simply stated, it's a different vantage point and you see attractions possibly missed or unable to see altogether. This rock spire is a perfect example, as it was hidden on our way down. After reaching the top, we stopped at this parking area and took some time to really enjoy this moment. In short order, we discovered this rock spire, and conversation quickly began as to whether it would be possible to jump out onto it. I felt like it was truly achievable, but Fidel and Elias cautioned me from doing so. While doing my research for this video, I found an article where someone had actually done it, only to sprain their ankle in the process and require rescuing. Oops, I guess in this case the risks are not worth the extreme consequences. I have posted a short video on our Instagram of us marking off the perceived distance to make the jump and attempting to clear it in the kitchen of our Airbnb. That brings us here. As mentioned earlier, there is a more challenging trail we want to explore just after climbing back out of the canyon. The Onyx app shows this route as an alternate start to the Day Canyon Point Trail. This fun play area featuring some sand dunes was a fun beginning. Now, the Day Canyon Point Trail is actually closed due to it being part of the 2023 Bureau of Land Management plan to close a large portion of unmaintained roads west of Moab. This section showed on Onyx to still be accessible, and there was no signage of any kind indicating otherwise except for the occasional no camping sign. These closures are being contested within our legal system as we speak. It is extremely sad access to our public lands are being so heavily restricted. This shows how important it is to recreate responsibly, always staying on designated routes and picking up trash. Just like that, perfect. Make sure you come back towards me just a little bit. Right there, perfect, perfect. Both ears are going to drop at the same time, so you're just going to use it down slowly. Barely even touched. Good job. Here's where the alternate route joins the main Day Canyon Point Trail. East of here shows to be closed on the Onyx app. However, again, there were no signs. Being good ambassadors, we did not proceed. I did show Fidel this amazing campsite, which would be wonderful to utilize if the closures are eventually overturned and/or reversed. Instead, we turned back west and called this the end of our adventure for the day. We thank God for another incredible and safe day on the trail. Once again, we hope you have enjoyed this video. Please continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We actually really need subscribers the most right now. Thanks for watching.